Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about my thoughts, my theories on Fallout New Vegas Season 2. We don't know. I don't think there's anything released for when it's even potentially going to come out. So it's probably going to be another couple of years or so. But I want to get my theory out there just because I've been thinking a lot about it. The the game was one of the biggest influences in my early childhood life in terms of like what I like out of video games. It was like one of the first RPGs I've ever played, and it was just an amazing experience for me as a kid. I think I was like, the game came out in 2010, I think, so I had to have been like 11 or 12 when I was first exposed to it from one of my buddies, and I fell in love with that game ever since. And so I've got a soft spot for Fallout New Vegas, and with the TV show clearly aiming towards that audience of New Vegas again, it just I knew I had to like talk about it and just get my thoughts on there. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, everyone who's a fan of Fallout New Vegas, this was like a dream come true. Like we all just kind of thought that the that was just a closed book and we moved on from it. Well, Bethesda surely did. And then here comes like this Fallout TV show, and it's like, oh, it's really, really good. It really caters to the fan base. It's very clear that they did their homework, they know what they're doing, and they're taking it in a great direction. And yeah, it's apparent they know what they're doing, and it's awesome. And then to get hit with that ending was just amazing. I mean, I literally was like, no fucking way. They're gonna reopen that book a little bit. And it anyone who is a fan of New Vegas probably had a very similar reaction. I mean, like come on, it's one of the best Fallout games, if not the best. In my opinion, I think it's the best. But I'm not gonna get into a topic about that. But I do just want to say, here's my thoughts. Okay, so jumping into this, just based off of how they handled season one, right? They handled it very well. They obviously sprinkled in some Easter eggs and catered towards the fan base in a lot of ways. And I think they have this level of respect. To me, it's apparent. They have this level of respect. And if I if I was in the shoes of the producers, of the directors, right? The way my take on this season two taking place in New Vegas, right? It's apparent to me that the fan base very much likes almost they really I don't well, I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think everyone really wants to know what the canonical ending is, right? Like, what is? Oh, was it the house ending? Was it Caesar's ending? Was it NCR? Was it independent? Who knows, right? But that's the fun of it, was the debate of it could be X, Y, and Z, and blah blah blah. And to this day, people still debate it, and that's part of the fun. It's the mystery. It's that cliffhanger. There's nothing solid saying this is what happened, and I think that's really what keeps the game alive. There's more to it than just that, but it's an aspect of what keeps the game alive. It's just the politics of it. It's fun to debate and have these ideas without being like, well, you're wrong. It's like, well, no, because I could be right because these things were left out on purpose to make it debatable, right? They did that on purpose. It's very clear. And if I were the producer, director, whatever have you, just the one leading the direction of this, I wouldn't reveal the canonical ending. I wouldn't reveal like this is what happened. And I think they can do that still. I Even with going into New Vegas, like head on, like we're in it, right? We're showing everything off. I still think there's ways they can play it safe and smart and not reveal what happened at the Battle of Hoover Dam. I really do believe that. Okay. And my thoughts around this are, so I think what we're going to see is the city, right, in all of its former glory. And we could talk about the ending scenes when it's kind of panning out, that like panoramic like view out of the city at the ending of season 1. Yeah, the last episode of season 1 where it's panning out right after it's revealed that they're going to Vegas. I think sure, who knows if that's even worth talking about. But to me, I think it's probably going to look something like that where the streets and everything is just desolate and everything's just run down and broken and destroyed. Like there was a clear war that happened. And I think Lucy and whoever these characters are that we kind of follow into this are going to reveal that, but I don't think there's going to be anything solid. Like I think it's just going to be okay, there's a battle. Okay, there's a lot of dead Legion. There's a lot of dead NCR. There's a lot of dead Securitrons. There's a lot of just dead people. Like it was just a massacre and like what happened, right? And I still think that's going to be the perspective of it. And I think what could be canonized, I mean, this was kind of revealed anyways in the game, was the divide and the tunnelers going into the Mojave. Ulysses said it himself that like this was most likely going to happen. Again, there's no like concrete evidence that this will happen. This is Ulysses' personal opinion that the tunnelers are going to go out and destroy the Mojave and what have you, but he does say that. So it's even a possibility, right? So that is like a strong, okay, that definitely could have happened. And I think maybe that could supersede like the other quote unquote canon endings to where it just muddies the water. Like if we do see tunnelers everywhere, that would just add to the chaos and it wouldn't I don't think our protagonists and even the antagonists that we follow through are gonna really have the answers or care to, because it's just gonna be it's just gonna be totally unsafe to be there, and there's just gonna be so much destruction that you can't sift through it all and puzzle it all together. I think there's gonna be a lot of Easter eggs, just like they did in season 1, where maybe we hear Mr. New Vegas talking. There's like snidbits of like a package courier, found in, blah blah blah. Like you would probably hear those from like in game, which I think would be fucking awesome. But I don't think there's going to be anything that reveal like there'll be stuff that's revealed like okay, the courier did this maybe, or like just loose stuff, but nothing again that would reveal like anything at the Battle of Hoover Dam. I don't know. I can't speak for like how this is going to really plan out, but I do think they can not reveal what happened. I think if they really wanted to, and because based off of their respect for the series, just purely based off of how season 1 ended, like they have a lot of respect. They know what they're doing. There's a lot of people on that team that can help them. If they respect the series as much as they did in season 1, I think the natural route would be to not reveal how Vegas ended, because they got to know that that's going to upset some people. And I personally don't really care if there is a canonized ending, like it's the house ending or the NCR or whatever. I still think if they wanted to do the absolute utmost service to the fan base, which I think they will do, they're just gonna leave that alone. They can still explore. We can still explore Vegas and all the cool stuff that comes with it. It's like, okay, we'll see that the Kings are okay, either still alive or dead, or Boone. If he's gonna make an appearance, like who knows? There's got to be some level of like, okay, you can't go into New Vegas and have nothing canonized like that. That's obviously not gonna work. You have to have something. You can't just go to Vegas, not have the NPCs, no recognizable characters or buildings, and then be like, yeah, we're still leaving it a mystery. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the battle at Hoover Dam, I don't think we'll know what happened. But I do think that we'll see for certain characters, maybe Jason Bright and his crew, whether they ever got on that rocket and left or stayed and there's infestating like Novak, or there's gonna be some stuff that you probably just can't skirt around. But I think they could probably make a non-canonized ending for that. I think they could, and I think what would just kind of, again, and I talked about this, would make it muddy the water even more, so you can have more of an excuse to not reveal anything, is just add in the tunnelers and that they just fucking destroyed everything. They leveled everything. They destroyed everything because they tunnel, right? So there could be sinking buildings that aren't recognizable, and we won't ever know what happened to the Silver Rush or the Atomic Wrangler because it's a fucking pit in the ground, you know? It's like, did the courier help free side? I don't know. It's a fucking sinkhole now. So it's like they can't dig through anything because everything's just destroyed. But I do think that would be lame, in my opinion, like to just have nothing revealed at all. Like even the little side quests that you do that was kind of like almost, I wouldn't say insignificant. Obviously the ending slides, they're significant, but comparative to the significant battle of the Hoover Dam being the center point and the focus of it all, I think they would probably leave that out. But that's my opinion. And then if they do leave it out, where do you kind of go from there? Because then it might make things more difficult in the future. Like you got to think, okay, season 3, 4, and on or whatever, how are they gonna do that? Like if they never revealed Hoover Dam and then they do a location in like Wyoming or near, you know, somewhere nearby, it's like, and if there's no like NCR or Legion presence there, you know, and it's like, okay, what if we start to go to Arizona? And then it's like, okay, which by the way would be like where Caesar's encampment would be. Yeah, that I don't know. And I trust their judgment in this. I'm just saying this is like, if it were me, if I were directing, and at the same time, it just what I think would be overall best for everyone would be that. Just a non-canonized ending, leave it at that. Reveal some side quests that were done. That I think that would be fan service for sure. But that's just my opinion. Uh, you know, who cares if I end up being right or wrong? It's just fun. But I'd love to see how it goes. I mean, obviously we can all agree we're excited for this. We're on the same team in that aspect. But I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think. Are they going to canonize the battle at Hoover Dam? Are they not? Are they going to be lame about some things? Probably not. I don't know. I'd love to hear it, but that's my 2 cents. We'll obviously see how it pans out, and I'm looking forward to it.